how do you see this book serving people, individuals, and perhaps even a church setting? Not necessarily. Well, I guess you could have a book club and read it together. But what do you see as an enduring, more educational value to this, and specifically to this form? Because it accesses a different part of your mind and heart than if you're reading a didactic piece or a textbook on apologetics or evangelism or the Christian life. Reading fiction in stories is a different access point, which often, in many ways, allows you to access deeper parts of you than if you were only going through kind of the more
Right.
lecture-y type of your mind.
No, I agree. Well, I see what you're talking about. We can find this in a lot of C.S. Lewis writings, especially the Space Trilogy. Perhaps the Hideous Strength is the third book in the series. And we find that kind of entertaining novel, but with spiritual truth that he's trying to bring on. He does that in all the books, but especially this Hideous Strength is the one that I think people automatically connect with, because that's the one, maybe it's a little spoiler for people, but that's the one where we're on Earth in that one. So we're dealing with places on Earth, and mostly Earthlings. So the spiritual teachings that he's trying to bring out are just more easily connected to. My book, I mean, yes, I wanted to write a novel within the world of Pilgrim's Progress, but my theological catechist was about pluralism and the acceptance of all religions in our society and really in our churches. I'm starting to see a growing acceptance, even within evangelicalism that would call themselves conservative, of being completely tolerant of all religions. And I would never advocate any kind of violence against anyone or any other religion, or I would never advocate not speaking to each other in love or caring about other people. But we have to be staunch on the gospel. And if we lose the gospel as the unique message of God given to us in Scripture about Christ, about how a fallen human is saved, if we lose that, then we've lost Christianity. And if you lose Christianity, then why in the world are you even going someplace on Sunday morning or Saturday night, as a lot of evangelical churches do?
Mm.
So I'm trying to bring out my character seeker is he becomes a Christian. He at least he gets on the road, the same road the Christian goes on, and yet he's struggling with this idea of aren't there other roads that also lead to the celestial city? Don't all roads lead to the celestial city? Doesn't the King love everyone? This is something that Seeker will keep asking himself and others. But if the King is love, then the King will save everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a universalism, but especially a pluralism, that all religions were given by God for different people groups.
Mm-hmm.
And all religions have truth and error, that the truth reflects a different part of God,
Mm-hmm.
that we as one religious group should be looking at other religious groups to find out what part of God has been revealed that we can learn from.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, he interacts with people that don't exactly agree with that. And he's a lot of times, Seeker it's not necessarily he's saying staunchly, this is what is true. He's saying, what if? As
Yeah.
you know, here I am on the King's Highway.
Right.
Here's the Bible. This is the religion, this is the book that God's given me, or the King's given me. But what about these other ones?
Mm-hmm.
Why should we just push them aside?